Alright, it's a cemetery project by Jacob Wright and Dawson Rader, mostly Jacob Wright. We got our hypothesis here. We're saying lifespan will increase as the date of birth increases. The first set of data, which is the 100 females and who died before 1900, will exhibit a type 2 curve. The second set of data will exhibit a type 3 curve. The third set of data, 100 females that died after 1900, will exhibit a type 1 curve, which is where less fetus to 10 years old people die. And the fourth set of data will exhibit a type 3 curve. The fifth set, and this is data collection. We went a 3-hour trip. I got a terrible sunburn. I'm still peeling from it. We got 430 dates there, and we ended up getting the other 70 off of the cemetery website. It was difficult to read the 1900s, so these 70 dates were mostly 1900s or pre-1900s that we couldn't read. The survivorship curves. Survivorship curves allow us to determine probabilities of adult and juvenile deaths. They allow us to determine average life expectancies, find differences in males and female death probabilities, and see whether or not a physiological scene sense is there. And the next few slides are going to show the curves for these different groups. This is males who died before 1900s. They exhibited a type 2 to 3 curve. You can't really put a set of data in its own type curve. It's most of the time between 1, 2, or 2 and 3. This one, you can see that for males, the death rate for children was low, but it wasn't that, it was high, but it wasn't that high. And in this next slide, you'll be able to see that the females also exhibited a type 2 to 3 curve, but they died younger more often. And females in the, next slide. And we got differences between the males and females. The differences is the males didn't live to be past 100. The slide before, the females actually lived to be, like 3 of them lived to be 120 years old almost. So that's cool. Go back to the compare and contrast. The females had more deaths before the age of 10, which I already discussed. Similarities, they have similar life expectancies and the same type of survivorship curve. Reasons for the higher death rate in females. The females would have several issues during pregnancy, well not pregnancy, birth, that would cause the child and the mom to die, which skewed the data, giving the females a higher death rate from 0 to 10. And the lack of medical technology allowed for childbirth and most sicknesses to be potentially dangerous. Death rate among the men. Men in this period are expected to have a higher death rate between ages 50 and 80. This is the males who died after 1900. It has a type 1 to 2 curve. And this is the females. This is the females who died after 1900, which also exhibits a type 1 curve. And I really can't find any differences between the two because the medical advances allowed for women to live longer or live past childbirth, and no one in this set of data lived to be past 100, which was kind of cool. Well, not cool, but it was fascinating to me. Males and females have the similar curves after 1900. Medical progress allowed, as I said earlier, medical progress allowed for longer general lifespans. Males will have a higher death rate in this period, a little bit higher, because of wars and all of the fighting that went on in the 20th century. And this is the last set of data, which was the group 5, where it was people that died between 1916 and 1921. You got the percentages out. So some died young, which was the higher immune systems from the influenza attacked higher immune systems. Well, immune systems that were better. So young died, which had really good immune systems, and then 21 to 30, well, really 21 to 50, a lot of people died because that's when your immune system is, better. And older people didn't really have an issue in this period, but they did. But because there was so few, because we had such a small set of data, the line looks smaller. And that's it.